Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed. Nice to see you all. Can everybody hear me, A1, or are we still a bit flaky in the sound? It's the sound more than anything. I know you can probably see me, but it's whether you can hear me or not is the thing. I'll just keep watching the chat. Get on the tippy tappy, just tell me that you can hear me okay. Sounds good there. Thanks, Graham. Let me just do a brief roll call. I did see Anthony Dodge, the estimable Anthony Dodge, in the live chat. And we've got Monsville Railways. Hello there. Here you're fine. That's good. All the way around the world. Amazing. Attila Varga. Hello there. Nice to see you again. Canadian Locomotive Logistics. You see, I can say that even with the teeth in. Good morning to you, Roy Dennis. Hear you loud and clear. Thank you, Roy. Grandpa Rouse, JD. Another John. Hello, John. Nice to see you. Scott Rouse. Hey. Nice to see you. And good morning to you, because it's got to be morning in Canada. Jean Ricard, it's definitely afternoon where you are. Very nice to see you. And James, more of our Canadian brethren. Mick 92, the bar's open. Listening while demolishing the layout. You're supposed to be on the bar, Mick. Not hitting the bar, but on it. Still, never mind. Linden Town Stations. Linden, hello. Nice to see you. Chuck Schreiber, always a pleasure. 64 in southern Texas. 64 is good. I'd say it was high 50s, low 60s here, which isn't bad. It started off beautifully clear, blue skies, all the rest of it, and then it's gone overcast, and now it's just broken clouds. So you can hear me. Nice one, Mav. Thanks for the affirmation. Midsummer Railway in scale. Nice to see you too. Mr. Chat, too fast. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could put one of those chat diminishers in there, which, you know, you can only post one thing in per minute, but I don't really see the need for that. As long as I can read fast, it should be okay. Yeah, it's still chilly. We're in the grip of winter now, and I'm fully expecting over the next week we'll probably get the first flurry of snow, and of course 1 inch of snow and the whole country will grind to a halt. Yes, Roy, Mick is redesigning. That came as a bit of a shock to me too. But yeah, I think Mick's had a few thoughts, which is dangerous, and he's sprung into action, as they say. So what's happened in the last week? Well, I still haven't spoken to Richard as to whether we're going to go to this NEC exhibition, which is next weekend. If we do, obviously, there may well not be a hot dog on Sunday, next Sunday. So our American and Canadian brothers can probably have a lay-in. But we'll see. I'll speak to Richard and, you know, we'll decide on which day to go. If it's Saturday, I may well be live streaming. But then I could be testing things that we might buy. Who knows? Had 35 degrees all day with strong winds. Then a cold front came in, dropped the temperature to 15 in 40 minutes. Yeah. You could go live there, Andy. My phone is capable of doing it, but I've just never upgraded my I've never upgraded my Ivor Junction. Hello, Danny. I've never upgraded my network to accept, you know, I just make calls and texts on it, and that's about all I do with the phone. If I want to do any clever stuff, I'll go on the tippy tappy like Lord Al. Although Lord Al's got a pretty fancy phone. Nice to see you, Danny. I hope you're well over there in Buckinghamshire, I think you are. Somewhere. Ivor is definitely in Bucks. And yes, I hope it's not piddling down with rain there, Danny. That does put a dampener on things. But we're just moving out of the sweet spot now where everybody that's in an attic situation. Yeah, Buckinghamshire. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I'm not really geographically stunted. I know where most things are, but there's things that vex me occasionally, and I think, where on earth is that? Somewhere obscure. But yeah, we've just getting past the sweet spot now where it's comfortable to work in attics and sheds and things like that. And all of a sudden, it gets to the point where you think, "Ooh, shall I put the heating on up here?" And oh, Mick is pissing down there. Well, it does that, Mick, in this godforsaken country. Went to Cardiff Station yesterday, try out new cam. Was a bit chilly. Yeah, then you start to get a bit of camera shaking. But generally, sheds and attics are manageable. But and basements are obviously better because they're a bit more stable in the temperature department. But the closer to the outdoors and the roof you get, we tend to suffer the consequences of that. So yeah, I've got my little heater on down there. I set that up an hour early. Robert's train set. There's Robert Valentine. Yeah, I'm glad you. I saw your exhibition video that you did for, I believe it was Ipswich. Yeah, very good. Yeah, some very good layouts there, and it didn't look too crowded, so at least you could get around and film things. Like you said yourself, it's all well and good going to the big layouts exhibitions, but sometimes it's too deep, two people deep, trying to get a good viewpoint even. Nice to see you, Robert. I hope all's well out in Essex. I believe that's where you are, or is it Suffolk? Where's Lowestoft and Harwich and remind me. Yes, small is good. Yeah, remind me what county you're in, Robert. I know you're out on the coast there, so anything rolling in from the coast from the east, you'll probably get it first. Or have rolling miss. Essex and Tendring. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was Essex, but there's a transition as it goes up the coast. I think Felixstowe is in Suffolk, I believe. And that's not a million miles away. So, yeah. So, yeah, the geography seems to be working okay. Small is fun and challenging, yeah. So, yes, we've got the NEC coming up, which is next weekend. And depending on what shifts Richard's doing, I mean, he may have to work the whole weekend and then we'll just blow it out. I mean, I could go on my own, but it's not much fun. I'd walk along the prom this morning in the sunshine. As you walk along the front where no, I'm not going there. No. Clean version, please. All the nice girls love a sailor. Yeah, right. Yes, I would imagine that's probably pretty pleasant because it started off nice blue skies. But, you'll have to get a little doggy, Robert, and then he'll march you up and down the beach. He or she will march you up and down the beach. Yeah, great for exercise, particularly when you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go anywhere. I'll just sit in my chair. No, you can't do that with a dog. They've got to have their exercise. There's Haunted Railway Jake. Hello, Jake. I hope Sunday finds you well. Felixstowe's in Suffolk, yeah, just across the estuary. Yeah, I know there's not a great deal of difference between distance-wise between Felixstowe and Harwich, but obviously they're in two different counties. So there you go. What am I running today? Get on with it, Andy. Don't need a pet to have walks. Yeah, but yeah, it might come a time where you might get a bit lazy and you think, no, I can't be bothered to go out there. But rain or shine, you've got to go out and take the doggy for walkies. If I stop chatting, it's because we've lost power again. Yeah, I realise you're having some thunderstorms out there, Attila. So, yeah, we'll understand if you suddenly disappear. If you come back rather brown and crispy, then we'll know what happened. Tim JD Dowd. Hello, Tim. Nice to see you. Need your address, new stickers. Yeah, I can send you that, James. No problem there. New stickers. Yeah, right. Are they in TH and B colours? Yeah, I did a little bit of reading on the TH and B. Yeah, it's quite extensive, so I'll take a further look at that, and that'll be my history lesson for this week. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, and there's Dwight Curley, the estimable Dwight Curley. For those of you that don't know, Dwight does in the UK, it's an early evening live stream at 7 p.m. What are we, back in Greenwich Mean Time now? Are we British Winter Time? What the hell are we? I don't know. Newlyn Railway is Clive. Hello, Clive. I did understand that you lost one of your doggies, and I know how hard that would hit you. So I'm sorry to hear that, Clive. I believe you put that on Facebook, which I don't get, but Anthony did say, and I thought, oh, blimey, that's not good for Clive. But there you go. Pets, they're members of the family, and yeah, it's difficult. It's a real wrench. Are those nameplates real? No, definitely not. We haven't got that kind of money. Yeah, the Jack Russell. That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that, Clive. I really am. And yes, condolences to you and your missus. As for the nameplates, Tulliar and English China Clays, they are fiberglass copies, which I suppose they do a master mold and then pour in the fiberglass, wait for it to cure, and they have a release agent in there. Ping, out it comes. So yeah, they're quite thick. They're don't know, half-inch thick. They're quite beefy, but and it does speak volumes for the fact that the shed hasn't moved. That they're all still screwed into the battens I put behind it. Graham's on next with the HM7000. Oh, right. So Graham's doing a bit of a series. Okay, that's fine. So I'll queue you up for Graham. Yeah, I'm the opening act. Stop that. Right. Deltic and Class 37. Well, you're not a million miles away. I was looking for the Deltic. Oh, yes, these two. Yeah, they are. But I was looking for something to run today. And I thought, what on earth can I put on the railway, which I haven't run in a little while? So I thought I'd come up with a Class 40, which is right there. Made by Bachmann. Decent model. Good appointments on it. Lights both ends. Lights in the cab, which work on DC, fortunately. And a rake of 4 Mark 1 coaches. So we've got a mix-up, which is a baggage and passenger, then a passenger coach, restaurant car, and a full baggage. So that's what we've got there. Andy, I might run the 501 in a few weeks. What's the 501? You'll have to put me right there, James. 501. Is that the was it the mountain, something like a 284 or a 482 that was originally Pennsylvania and you relabeled it? New loco announcement from a Scout on Tuesday. Can't wait. Oh, well, that's news, Danny. Um, they were my favourite British engine. What, the Class 40? Oh, amazing. Okay. Unusual wheel arrangement and very heavy. 131 tonnes, I believe they were, something like that. Very heavyweight. Just running a Trian Class 3 MT. I remember it well. Study, Andy. Oh, right. So it's bound to be TH and B then. Yes, I hadn't been that studious, I'm afraid. But there it is. Nothing on the other track yet. I've still got it here. But as a taster, that's what the box looks like. That's a Class 44. Looking at the end, it's Great Gable, which is obviously one of those named locomotives. And I've got some more. So I think these are Holby Mark II E's with lights. It does say with lights on the end. I mean, they usually have a little lamp thing somewhere here, which makes it easier to spot, but not in this case. And then here's a rarity. Here's a rarity. Still in its box. Airfix. Remember them? Before mainline. Airfix. Great Model Railways. GMR. There. Bit of Spike Milligan there for you. Yeah, it's one of those funny ones. Hornby did cut some horrible corners. Aren't most or all UK locos named? Well, they're not actually. It was they seem to be named now because that seems to be the thing to do. But back in the day, they were just numbers, really. The steamers had more names than anything else, but unusual to find diesels with names. Deltic was obviously a difference because there was 22 of them and they all had names right from the inception. This one, you can count the number of windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Okay. On the second class, they packed them in. So there was 8 windows and lots more seats. And on the first class, there was 7 windows and a lot less seats. So greater luxury, comfort, whatever you want to call it. But they'd never made a great deal of these. I think what Airfix did, or Mainline did, who got the molds after them, they did a set of Mark 1s and then they worked it so that when the issue was exhausted, then they would make these. But they were almost out of business before they brought these onto the market. So they're pretty rare. And I'll be getting that on. So in the meantime, let's start off number 40. She starts a little noisy. Sounds like a bit of a coffee grinder. As she gets going, your boxes always seem in good condition. Do you always put the items back in the boxes after running items? Yes, I do, Roy. Keeps the dust off the items. You get them out, run them. Before they get a chance for the dust to settle, they go back into the boxes and back into storage. That way, there's very little in the shed which anybody could steal if they broke in. Unless they wanted to literally tear up great big chunks of the railroad and, have a 4-foot section running down the street with a 4-foot section of railway track. So that's what I tend to do. Yeah, I bring them out and, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to open a box, I'll get ye oldie Triang uncoupler, which is like a very thin wedge. and then I'll just go into the corner and lift it out, and that way it doesn't destroy the little end where they cut it, and it pokes down. So that works for me. So just to show it wasn't a fluke, I'll get the GMR box. Again, same thing applies. Just pop it in there, ease it out, and that's it. It works for me, and no doubt it works for others. And it's worth remembering. UK customs won't let me take them out of the country. So you'll be all right. Train safe. Funny man. Yeah. Oh, use a ruler. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I suppose any, not sharp, but any objects that's thin enough to get in there and has got enough physical strength to ease it out. The GMR box must be old. Yeah, 1970s. I will put that on. I don't know if it's got a date on it. Oh, hang on. 1979, Roy. So, yes, a letter opener. Yes, that's another good one. Yeah, blunt but strong. Am I running DC or DCC today? This is DC. So as you can hear, she's quietened down quite a bit. When you're running DC, obviously the cab lights are on. So that's one of those things. 156 Shortbread Express. Hello. Thought I was 21. Yeah, 40 years ago. Tempest Fugit. Time flies. Yeah, a letter opener. So yeah, it's definitely DC. Anyway, let's get this little thing out of the box. It's on a tray. For those of you that know Daypole, they have this kind of arrangement where they have a bottom tray and an upper tray. All because the lady loves milk tray. Not really. Yeah, medium size tension lock couplings on there. So that's roughly it. With the press-in arrangement. So I'll pop this on there. And plastic wheels, but they run okay. In the event of complaints, well, that says Airfix Products, Feltram Way, Charlton, SE7. That's when they were in South London. So yeah, things go back in the boxes so I can find all the bits and pieces. You have to have a little bit of discipline there, otherwise the boxes will start to disintegrate and their contents will then become dirty. Right, let's pop these somewhere safe. Right, let's have a look at the Hornby example. This one, looking at this, which says rolling stock, it's fairly modern. I'd say in the last 5 years, something like that. We got these. They did a spate of doing Mark 3 or Mark 2 2Ds. I think they said Mark 2Es. I think back when we're doing Mark 2Ds, and then I was supposed to be a little different. They decided to do the Mark 2E, which essentially is the same thing, but actually they put lights in these, which are not bad, actually. Not fantastic amount of detail. They picked out the springs on the bogies in red. Apart from that, they've got some very fine. If I can just show you that against my jumper, very fine no smoking symbols in there. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows, which denotes that that's a first class, and it's got the yellow band on it. So I'll wait until that goes past. We'll pop that one on. Not bad. Not bad, runners. But that is hopelessly missed. Right. It's hopelessly missed the hook. That's better. Right. Okay. That goes back on there. And what I usually do with these, if I'm going to put them straight away afterwards, I'll just have the inserts pushed inside and leave a little bit hanging out. It doesn't want to go back in. Yes, swine. There you go. So I'll leave it roughly like that. And then I can just swiftly pull that back out. As and when. What have I missed? Yes, they did quite a good job on the livery. I'll give Hornby that. Can't really go too wrong with a coach that's this featureless, really. Most of the features on this coach are actually underneath, but they don't want to come out. Yes, I'm afraid time got the better of me today. Use travel boxes that got from 10 Commandments to transport between shed and house. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I just tend to grab a whole load of boxes, get them in 3s or 4s, and then take it up as a going concern. Right, so the engine's going to be that end, so we'll have this one on the back, which has got the baggage part on it. There we go. And one more coach. So I'll run 2 4s. That should probably see us okay. Andy Dobson, hello there. It's got some of the Airfix and Lima ones, yeah. I mean, they were pretty good in their day. I remember when Airfix and Mainline came along, and it really gave Hornby a kick up the backside because they had hitherto unseen levels of detail on it, which still stand up today. Some of the Bachmann locos today have their provenance right back to Airfix days. And the tooling they made must have been fantastic. For that to... Oh, there's Dino. Hello, Dino. Yeah, I was a bit late starting, Dino, so I can't talk. And a big thank you goes out to Anthony Dodge, who has entertained us for the last 2 days, really. Obviously, there's Anthony's excuse me, live stream on Friday, and there's also one on Saturday night, Sunday morning, which is also very good. Oh, it's another first. So I'll put that one with that first. So we've got 1 second class, 2 first class, and a second class. Composite baggage. There you go. Right then, that's quite free rolling actually. So I'm suitably impressed with that. Again, we'll pop this one back in its starting box. But the flaps are getting a little in the way. I mean, I can almost hear people saying, "No, why are you bothering with that?" But yeah, it's important. I mean, God forbid if you ever sell anything on, it's important to have the boxes and the contents in pretty good condition. So look after your wares, as they say. We've got Randall Ellison in. Hello, Randall. Nice to see you. Did you get the tracking number for the package I sent? Yes, I did. Thank you, Anthony. And from what I can gather, it's arrived just this side of the pond, I think. But because of the time it arrived, I think it then went into Saturday, which I don't think Parcel Force do anything with, nor Sunday. So it's probably in the big facility that they've got out near Heathrow Airport, a place called Langley, not Langley, Virginia, which does all the customs and bits and pieces like that. So I fully expect tomorrow morning to see it on the move again, or at least they will say, yes, customs had it, but I haven't got any confirmation of that at the moment. Yeah, good to see you, Randall. We're running some Britpop stuff today, and there's a Britpop loco, class 44, with its stubby nose. They still lend themselves to a very Americanized rounded nose, very reminiscent of like an F7, something like that, obviously with 3 windows, but again, a Bachmann model, a bang up job. Looks a really good rendition of the British Rail blue colour. Lots of details on it, and a very unusual, I think it was a one code 1 wheel arrangement where they've got an extra bogey wheel on the front. Let's move that a bit closer. So yes, you've got 2 sets of 8 wheels. I think only some of these are driven. Yeah, just that pair of wheels, the centre pair of wheels are driven. The others are just idlers. And it's the same on both, and it's got carbon shafts going out from the motor to the bogies. So let's get this huge machine. And this, I'll tell you, this is quite heavy. And it certainly ain't my brother. Right, let's get it on there. I'll wait until class 40 has cleared the decks. And here we go. Right, now is your window of opportunity. Yeah, we're on. And we are connected. So, okay, man, let's get this road on the show. Sounded more like Joe Pasquale. Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. Right. Boxes back in the boxes. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm regimented enough to at least put things back in their rough spots. I'm not absolutely anal about it, but it's just something I've got used to over the years. Otherwise, you get yourself in such a pickle trying to find boxes and inserts and the instructions that go in there and all that kind of jazz. Sorry, work is being a bitch, so I've been having to mute the stream. That's okay, Matt. You know, you just do what you have to. How am I? I'm good. Yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but I had a terrible runny nose today. Leading up to the stream, my nose would not stop running. I don't know what it is. Is there something in the air? Is there a late pollinating plant that I don't know about? But my nose was just streaming. I don't know what it is. Useless info. All the Great Western Railway IETs are running into Euston instead of Paddington today. Have they got major works on there? I'll ask Richard about that. He should be able to find out. Sidetrack 77. Hello, Holly. I do the same. Can't stand buying used and it's missing paperwork or detailed bits or even the box. Yeah, yeah, that's really irritating. You get it home and you pull it out and half of what's holding it in the box is missing. Ah, yeah, or there are parts in the packing which are supposed to hold detail parts, and you know full well those detail parts are missing. And you think, well, I wonder what it was. So you look at something else on eBay, a similar product, and if they've taken it out of the box and you think, oh, there's a packet there and it's got bits in it. Andrew D. King. Hello, Andrew. Cold in the shed? Big pullover on. Well, I have to get from the shed to the house. So, however warm you get, the transition can be quite shocking sometimes. So, yes, um, a nice thick woolly, but it's perfectly pleasant in here. Probably around 70 to 75 degrees. So, not to the point where I'm sweating though. So, yeah, I'm quite comfortable. Uh, Sometimes that's what you purchase before selling. Yeah, I'm afraid so. You've got to really be up sideways with people's how they present things on eBay. Anyway, let's get the class 44 running. So I'll just select the direction and she's away. I'll just follow it for at least one revolution around the circuit just to make sure there's no derailments and everything is running well. Great gable. As you can see, the rear ones are lit. Oh, there's Tony. Hello, Tony. Nice to see you. Yes, I mean, if you're going to buy anything from eBay, just look carefully. And if you can't see anything, you can always speak to the seller and say, can I have some more pictures because this isn't clear? And if they refuse, you just say, okay, I'm not buying it. Next. Yes, I hope you're well, Dino and Tony. Not a bad day today. Would you like to see trackside action? I'll take that as a yes. Okay. Right. Let's get down and dirty. Right onto the ballast. I hope it's not too noisy for everyone. Right, here we go. I think that should just about catch everything. Here goes class 44. And the class 40. It's actually tramping on quite a bit. Yep, that one's fully lit. And you can see what kind of lighting that the class 40 has got. Obviously the Mark 1s are unlit. Oh, Wham Doc. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say, Wham Doc. Yeah, I'm disappointed that those lights are not showing up too well. I'll just give you a brief look at it as it goes past. It's I'll just pick up the camera. And here she comes. There goes the class 44. And here are the lit coaches. It's still not a very good... I'll wait until it comes around again. from my sort of eye height, which is what, 5 foot around there, I can see the reflection off of the frames of the windows. So if I point downwards, you can see the lighting on. Clear as mud, yeah. I'll show you the what the front of the Class 44 looks like. They went to town on the lights a bit, and they look something like this. Not bad at all. Here comes a Class 40. I think before long we'll be getting these DCCified. Yeah, they've got a very light tint on them, Robert. The Hornby ones have got a very light tint. The Airfix ones have got a very smoky tint. And of course, the Mark ones untinted. Yeah, Tim, I'm probably going to be hiding from it. Am I going to do anything to it? Yeah, there's a couple of detail differences I'd like to do. I want to fill in the area here by the coal staves. I also want to get some kind of, which is this way, I also want to get some kind of fence there with a little gate in it, just so, you know, you don't fall off the end of the platform. It does have ramps, but that's like an open invitation. So I may well change the signal box. And yeah, there's a couple of things I've got in the back of my head, which I might do. I think most of what I'll be doing over the winter is counting the dead spiders. Oh, there's Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Well, it's a model train show yesterday with a couple of exceptions. It was North America. This will film we'll post later. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I'll be interested to see that, Charlie. See what kind of bargains they have over the other side of the pond. Graham, things are always in the back of my head. There's very little at the front, only bone, I think. I think my frontal lobe is stunted. The important question there is, Charlie, did you buy anything? Come on now, spill the beans. What did you buy? I don't care if it's a pair of track pins. Open up. Come on. We want to hear all about it. Either that or save it for your solo album. We'll see the video. I'd be interested to find out if there was anything from what we would consider 00 at this train show, or was it all HO? You might even see a bit of Marklin there. You never know. Marklin. Your English dogs. Yes, well, that's not bad. Straight out of the box, straight on the layout, and everything runs. So I'm tickled pink with that. Nothing's noisy to the point where I want to stop it and work on it. So I'd say it was all good. Oh, Charlie's pushed the boat out, bought one kit for $10. You really ought to try and stop yourself, Charlie. You can see the trouble it gets you in. 2 dealers with double O, one of whom I know that's bought from before. He only sells good quality. Well, that's something good. There are people I see at exhibitions in the trade who I look at and I think, no, I don't trust you. Yeah, I don't know if they've got some kind of glint in their eye, which suggests that they might be selling you something other than wholesome. The guy only sells DC. Yeah, well, that cuts out a lot of the complications. I mean, if somebody comes back and says, "Oh, the DCC chip doesn't work," you're in a world of hurt there. So, right, well, here's your money back. Right, let's change your view for you. Sorry about the vomit can. Right, let's just ease you back a bit. The sound you heard was my knees going funny. And we've got Stanover Model Railway. That's Mark. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. Nice. Here is something I haven't drunk yet. Station Master. I guess that's me. Cheers, everybody. Charlie, I can't imagine a train store in Uganda. I think the only time we ever see Uganda is when they've got some kind of famine and they all want relief. What camera? Right, it's Hewlett Packard webcam. I can give you the full spec on it, but it's just a 1080p, 30 frame a second, 60 frame a second webcam that fits, I suppose, any PC. It's Coffee 156. Yeah, I'm a bit of a coffee drinker, Andrew. But I mean, I can drink. I've got nothing against tea, but I think coffee's my go-to. I hope that isn't too noisy for you folks. But I can hear the clickety-click. Is it wireless? No, it's a corded one. USB 2, USB 3, whatever it might be. Just a basic USB. That's all it is, Dwight. Jerry from Kampala Road was in Uganda. He's back now. Yeah, that was really odd. They sent him to Australia, and then I think the pandemic hit, and I didn't hear any more from him all over that period. Only whispers. So he's back in Kampala now, is he? Well, Rhodesia is now Zimbabwe. So, yeah, that's a different state altogether. Oh, he was in Brisbane, right? Okay. He had a video out a week ago. Yeah, I'm a bit out of touch there, but I did very much like the fact that he was running his British trains, which he used to moan about, like we all do, in Kampala, and particularly when he did his funny mistakes video, that was second to none. What coaches? Okay. Right, I'll start with the class 44 mark, which is coming around. It's, I beg your pardon, class 40 coming around now. Class 40 159. We've got backman, comp, coach, restaurant, and baggage. And the class 44, Great Gable is pulling Airfix, second class, Hornby first, Hornby comp. The last three Hornby ones have got lights in. And we've got, where's Eric? There's Eric. Hello, Eric. Nice to see you. 38-34. I think we're doing good. Thanks, Eric. He went to Rhodesia to join the police force. Well, I know somebody that did national service out in Rhodesia, I think it was, and learnt to fly out there. So how about that for national service? And that person was Mike Ingram. He was a former designer at JetX Models. He did a lot of their designs for flying models. Very, very clever man. Oh, Mark 2s, yeah. These are all Mark 1s. Coming here now. Mark 2D, Mark 2E, D, and E. So the Hornby ones are Mark 2Es, Mark. Kill a little bit of the speed there. I've just eased off the speed a little. So it should be a little easier to see. Yeah, Mark, the Airfix coach is one of the rare ones, which has got the 8 windows, which Hornby never modelled. It was only when Airfix did it that they actually got it right. So if you These ones that are coming around now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows, 7 windows, 7 windows, 4 windows, and the baggage. Yeah, I thought, why not have a bit of a blue day, Mark? So, yeah, out come the blues and greys. Right, let me grab my camera and stick that back on the PC right there. Hey, there we are, an action shot. There's one of the 4 control panels that we've got. I've got one here, one over here, and there's two each down the other end. Oh, well, there we go. Another Sunday. Had an interesting discussion with my friend at the show yesterday about how Lima went under. When we picked up the touring and began the railroad series. Yeah. I think they re-engined quite a few of them. Let's drag these down to a stop. I'll bring them around so at least we can see them. There's that one. Sounds like a coffee grinder when it's going slow. But not a bad kind of coffee grinder. Oh, yeah, that's better. I think they're actually louder than I thought they were. I should work on my layout at some point too. Yeah, well, you get to do it when you get to do it, John. It's just a matter of time and having enough mojo to start. Once you're started and you're over, the inertia starts to pick up then. And yeah, when it gets to a stage where you can actually run things and sit down and survey it and think, yeah, that looks okay. It never looks fantastic. It always looks okay, because I think you've been living with it long enough in your mind that, yeah, everything's proportioned out the way I imagined it. So, yeah, I'll run with that. Also purchased a fair number of spare parts from Hatton's before they closed. He also purchased. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's an idea. Particularly if you could get them at a bargain price, but a bargain price at Hatton's. Yeah, I mean, a great shame that they shut down, but I think they got themselves into a bit of a corner, Hatton's. And I think they could see the writing on the wall and decided to cut and run rather than get to the point where everything was dissolved. And then I think it would have been a free-for-all with the tooling and any of the stock that was left. Anyone going to Warnerley next week? Yes, I am, Tim. I'm planning to go. I've got to speak to Richard, though, to see what he's doing for work-wise. Let me grab my coffee. Give me a second. Oh, that's better. Been over a year since you worked on it. Well, I mean, there's no time limit, John. You just do it when you fancy it. It's down to the individual. A lot of it's down to the individual. The ideas are down to the individual. Things you picked up over the course of time. It's just a matter of getting everything straight in your head, what you really want to do. Hopefully I'll see you there. Well, it's a possibility, Tim. We're hoping to go. It just depends on Richard's work situation. If not, I'll be doing my live stream. If I am going and we go on the Sunday, obviously, I don't have the capacity to stream from there, but it would be nice to bump into anybody that we happen to meet. If I am going, I'll let you know, Tim. Should be there on the Sunday. So look out for the black T-shirt with the channel logo on it. Okay. Well, I mean, if it's anything like the Worley that we knew, which was at the NEC, they usually had something like a figure in the middle, which was either a large locomotive or a carriage or something like that. That's always a good meeting place. So it'll be interesting to see if they've got anything like that. Won't see then I'm going on the Saturday. Well, it's undecided yet whether I A, go, or B, which day. We'll have to see. They have a cinema at the back. Do they really? Apparently it's in Hall 5. So lots of halls at the NEC, some are bigger than others, and it's in number 5. So that may be different to what they use for Worley. Hopefully it'd be even bigger, and that would be a bonus. Yeah, but watch this space. I mean, a lot of us are in the streams, so we should be able to get something arranged, depending on what time or what day we're going. Okay, we're got right. Yeah, lunchtime now. A little bit late, 2 o'clock. Yeah, could do with a snack myself. But anyway, I'm going to clear the airwaves for Graham. And as always, look after yourselves. Don't do anything silly, will you? Try not to catch any viruses or anything nasty. Be careful what you eat. That can always give you the trots, and we don't want that. I'll catch up with you at some time, probably in the streams. I'll be in Graham's stream, so I'll get out of the way now, and he's got the comm, as they say. Wanted to watch your stream. Yeah, okay, thank you. Right, I'll take my leave and finish my coffee, and I'll see you in the streams. And thank you for your company today. 34 in the stream, 34 likes. I'm extremely grateful. So everybody take care, and I'll catch you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.